All right. Well, my name is Dakota, and I got the privilege to do my research on. I got the privilege to do my research on a company called 21st Century Fox, and I just want to say that it's a privilege to get that. I find it actually personally, I don't know what's going on here, but I find it personally interesting because it's something I think is my hobby, and I like to watch TV and movies and stay up to date with all that. So to get started with, we kind of got to go to the past, and in the past we find that there is. So yeah, in the past there is Rupert Murdoch, and he is the CEO. He wasn't the founder. The company was kind of blended between two companies. One called 20th Century Pictures, and another one called Fox Films. And so in the 1930s, they decided to merge their companies. So they merged them and then formed 20th Century Fox. And then Rupert didn't come into the picture until about 1950s. And in 1950, he took the company over. He bought out the other member that was in it with him. It was a partnership. And he basically took control, and he took it to new limits that I don't think it was seen without him. So let's look at the financial view of the company. This is a chart that's from all the way back to the 1980s, and it's cut off a little bit on the end, but you see that it's not like that. It actually goes all the way up, and it looks really promising. I forgot to mention that about 1 year ago, 2013, the company had a separation. It was two companies coming together. It was 21st Century Fox. Actually, it was 20th Century Fox, and it was News Corporation. And what happened was the owner, the CEO, decided that this company is strong enough, both these companies are strong enough to separate and grow on their own entities. And so with that said, the transition happened in 2013, and it blossomed. I know it doesn't look like it, I'm sorry. And so I would say that the company is actually very strong. And right now it's a little plateauing. I don't know why, but it's not a bad sign that something's plateauing. It's just getting ready to jump up again. As long as it's not decreasing, it's a good outcome. So now moving forward, we're going to go into the inside of the company. And the company has news reporters, it has sports, it has television, it has movie productions. So it's everywhere. It's a very strong variety of business segments. So for visual aid, I have a picture, 4 of them that I mentioned, and it's kind of leading that they're all under the same company, and that is 21st Century Fox. As you saw in the picture, you're supposed to see that the company is doing well. It's got a bright future ahead of itself. The separation is doing good for it. It's top of its industry. It's very popular. It's very trendy. It's really what's happening now, because that's what they kind of have to do with their business. And so I would conclude that they have a bright future in front of them, and they're not going anywhere. They've been there for 80 years. So there are different positions you could have in the company. There is behind the camera scene, which you are involved in all the techie stuff, and you have a creative eye, and you like to broadcast that through a video camera. And there's that for news and movies and television. But if you don't like that, and maybe your preference is to be in front of the camera, you can be a news reporter, a sports illustrator, and so on. So if that doesn't delight you, and you don't like that stuff, you can go into a different direction. Like I said, it's a major corporation. It has accountants and finance and marketing teams, and that's something that they can give to you, and you can help them with that. So don't forget that working for companies, you have your perks and you have your benefits, and when you go with Fox as your consideration of a job, you get to travel, and you get to practice your communication, really hone your elements. And so that's why I think it's smart to think about Fox as a future employer.